y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're in Denison, Texas playing Munson Park, a park course that I've heard lots of good things about. 4.5 rating on UDisc, which is pretty high. Par 62, 7,169 feet. Starting off with hole 1, 271 feet. It's one of the flatter holes on the course. Little rise in the middle of the fairway. I'm throwing a mid-range at it. Don't give it enough height though, and it gets eaten up about 90 feet short of the basket. Justin forehands a glow of Indrass, I believe. Yeah, I've heard lots of good things about this course. It's about an hour and a half away from me though, so it's been on the list for a while. Finally giving it a try. I'm really excited to play here. Hole 2, 392 feet uphill. It's not blind. But it is a unique side hill lie that we don't see a lot of in the Metroplex. Justin's throwing a forehand. Something's going to fight back up the hill. I'm going high above the basket. Something to work back down towards the hill and not skip into the OB parking lot. Both of us find trees though. Pitching up and scrambling from there. Lots of unique approach shots to be had on this course. Hole 3, long par 4, 525 feet. I'm throwing a jackalope from Mint Discs here. We have a slight headwind. Can't see it through Justin's back, but I overturn it. End up well short. And Justin is forehanding a Color Glow Destroyer. And you can see the basket on the tee. You can't see it behind the tee where the camera's at, but you can see it when you're up on the tee pad. We both get par there. Hole 4, back uphill. Par 4, which I don't really agree with. 394 feet. Lots of options off the tee, but straight up the gut is probably the best one, just to making use of that hyzer lane there for a right to left shot. Not sure what he threw. I'm throwing an instinct, Neo Instinct, straight up the gut, getting myself into position to pitch up for par, or for 3, which I didn't get. I double putted, so took a par. That one's a soft par 4. Hole 5, par 3, 383 feet. I'm curious how long it actually is. It didn't feel like it's that distance. Throwing that jackalope again on a roller. I couldn't see it. The guys that were letting us play through were rooting for it to stand up, which it did, and it curled up. It's a little past pin high, mid-circle 2. Good stop there from Justin. Forehanding that Color Glow Destroyer again. It's always hard playing through. These guys were playing their Sunday mini, so this is their home course. This is about where I ended up. I took this picture later. Jump putt right under the basket for a tap-in 3. Felt pretty good to not mess up when someone lets you play through on their home course. Hole 6, 310 feet, uphill. For right-handed players, it's simple hyzer shot or straight to hyzer. I didn't give it the height though. These trees had already denied us a couple of times at this point in the round. They're very thick. I think only once or twice did we actually get through a tree today. So they were definitely in our heads, messing with our use of the ceiling that was available to throw under. Hole 7, 419 feet. This is a well-placed tee pad. If this was on the other side of the tree to the left, it would be a very easy hole. It's outside of my range for a forehand, so I tried to throw a stable mid-range right up all the cabbage on the right, and I threw it right in. I got lucky, kicked out, but I threw OB into the road on my approach shot, so double bogey. My par streak is over. Hole 8, 451 feet. This one's going back the other way. Par 4. If you got a cool elevated green here that you can kind of see the dark line of it. Yeah, lots of initial gaps off the tee here. throwing my Onyx. It's one of my older Onyxes that I have, not a first run or a prototype, but one of my older stock run ones. Yeah, tricky green, easy to overshoot it. Hole 9, 458 feet, another par 4. This one is up the hill, playing back towards hole 1. Lots of OB to contend with towards the basket. I'm throwing the lefty here. Not feeling my forehand game today for these big forehand shots that are required, so luckily I have left-hand backhand. Able to get a tap-in birdie, just under the par. And hole 10, 259 feet, street OB on the left, street OB deep. Mid-range shot for sure. Justin throwing it MD3 here. I really like that hole 1 and hole 10 are right by the parking lot. They're actually back to back. It's nice to have a spot to refuel or drop layers off for winter rounds. Yeah, always stop and reset if your tee shot doesn't feel good, or any throw. The tee designer got me on that hole. I threw straight where the tee pad was aiming instead of hanging it out to starting off the tee pad to the left and throwing it uphill to the right. Hole 11, 441 feet, par 4. We played the creek as casual and not OB. There's not a fairway over there. I'm not sure if that's the correct way to play it or not. I'm throwing Avenger SS. Tried to hyzer flip it and too much hyzer. I'm in a dry part of the creek. Justin wants none of that, so he's playing forehand up to the right. I threw in the creek again. It was not my favorite hole. Nice big open hole though. Big bomber shot there for sure, if you don't mess up like I did. Hole 12, 334 feet, par 3. This is a fun one. I like the shape of this. Those trees kind of get in your way, so it's a left to right shot that hopefully stalls and comes back left again. I'm throwing my passion. I've only thrown it a couple of times. I'm going to try it out. Hammer on it flat, and it just matches the shape of the fairway. Perfect. About 25 feet downhill. Double putt. Tap in par, but I really like this hole a lot. It's cool. Justin, Avenger SS that he's been throwing. He started it a little more left than I did, so he didn't quite get as right as I did, but he had a terrific shot there. Lots of obstacles on the green on that one. Hole 13, 557 feet, par 4. Definitely, this one is not a soft par 4. You can throw a left to right shot through that left gap, or throw something right up the gut. I'm throwing the passion again. Barely missed that tree. Just crossed the gully. I'm too far right though. I don't have a line to attack the green.
So close.
So something a little straighter is better on that hole for sure. Feeling pretty good about my round so far. Just got that double bogey because of the OB stroke. Hole 14, 357 feet. The tee pad is pointing in the right direction. Just throw it straight through that hole. For some reason, I was looking at that gap on the left, kind of over the tee sign. There's a picnic table over there, so don't throw there. This one is blind, so I walked up to see where the basket is. I'm throwing my instinct, just hammering on it flat. And I felt really good about this, so I'm standing there to listen. And I heard chains, but yeah, I was pointing. There's someone on the green over there. But I had definitely thought for a moment that maybe I aced it. Justin's throwing his longhorn. Convinced him to start messing with those again. It's one of my favorite distance drivers right now. My disc was parked under the basket, so maybe I splashed out for an ace. Who knows? But tap-in birdies or tap-in twos are always sweet. Hole 15, 451 feet. This one's another par 4. It's my turn to throw the longhorn. Just turned it over just a little bit. Had a circle 2 look at it. Couldn't make it happen. CD2 here for Justin. Yeah, I couldn't make that circle to look happen, but got another birdie. Back below par. Hole 16, 347 feet. Par 3. The basket is kind of protected behind this, I don't know if it's like a crepe myrtle, or I didn't really look at it that hard. But the basket's kind of protected. Decided to throw my longhorn lefty and yanked it a little bit. Had to pitch up for my 3. Hole 17, 351 feet, par 3. Little creek to deal with in between you and the basket, but not an obstruction there. I'm throwing a mid-range. We've got a tailwind, and I overcompensated. I thought the tailwind would help more, and I kind of grip locked it a little bit. Justin, I don't know what Justin's throwing. But yeah, I actually ended up, there's a big awkward leaning tree, and it was in my follow through, forehand, backhand, whatever, so I just had to take my medicine there. Hole 18, 469 feet. It's kind of like hole 1 where it's high in the middle. So I'm throwing my Avenger SS on turnover. I get lucky and it fights through that tree canopy, but lands kind of on the top of that hill, and then it's back down to the basket on the left that's on a little side hill. Thanks for watching my video of Munson Park in Denison, Texas. I would definitely recommend trying out this course. It's super fun. Lots of opportunity for beginners and advanced players alike. Not a lot of rough to lose discs in, so definitely check out Munson Park. Thanks for watching. We'll play faster than them.